G'day guys, welcome back to another practice. If you are a returning yogi, welcome back. If you are brand new, I'm Rhys. This is where I live. That's my little dog, and I'm here to teach you some yoga. I'm here to hopefully bring some calm into your life, hopefully bring some flexibility into your life in more ways than just stretching, and here to have a little bit of fun along the way. So yeah, let's get into it, guys. So, we are going to start in a seated position. If you would like to, grab yourself a block, maybe a couple of books, maybe a couple of towels folded up to prop up your seat. It just feels a lot nicer to connect to the breath once your hips are raised above the knees. So, if you need to, pause the vid, grab yourself a elevated seat, and then find your way back to your mat. And take a moment to close down to your eyes and to begin to connect to your breath. And begin to settle in this moment. You may be asking, hey Rhys, what does settle in this moment mean? And all I'm asking of you now is to allow yourself to remove any unwanted thoughts, any thoughts that are no longer serving you, and really begin to be in the here and the now. We have a very conditioned habit of thinking about the future or thinking about the past, and it takes a bit of work to be here in the present, but life is always happening in the present. So if you can, the more you return to your mat, the more you allow yourself to feel present in this moment on your mat, you will then be able to take this feeling off your mat and into your life. You just take a couple more breaths here. It's just inviting the awareness in that if your mind does wander, let's have a little smile and bring the thought back to your practice, to your breath, and to your body. 2 more breaths in through the nose, lengthen it out. Exhale, let it go. In through the nose. And exhale, let it go. And with your eyes closed down, begin to roll through your head, through your neck, focusing on keeping both shoulders nice and relaxed, long and straight through the spine, but not rigid, more supported. Reversing the directions of your circles. And then rolling your head back to center. Begin to interlace your hands behind your back and then take them all the way over to your left hip. And from here, soften your left ear down to your left shoulder. Relax that right shoulder down. You should feel a really nice stretch all the way down, probably to the trap potentially, and all the way along the right side of the neck. And from here you can nod the head carefully forward and backwards, maybe to work into some areas of a little bit more tension. Just make sure the body isn't tensing up here. Make sure you're not stretching too much to cause stress. Good, rolling the head back to center. Swap the hands over to the right hip. Right ear drops to right shoulder. Left shoulder drops down. And begin to draw your right elbow behind you. And if those nods were in your practice, go for them. This one always feels really nice. Good. Slowly roll the head back to center, release the arms. Remove your propping if you had it. And we'll come to our hands and knees. Hands and knees, cat-cow. So wrists stack underneath shoulders, knees stack underneath your hips. As you inhale, you soften the belly down. You draw the shoulders onto the back body, you gaze forward. And as you exhale, you drive through the palms, you round through the spine, you tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, belly softens, gaze forward. Exhale, press and round. And keep moving like this at your own pace. Going slow. Just beginning to articulate through the spine. We are very stagnant humans. We tend to sit a lot, we tend to round a lot through the spine, whether that be at a computer or staring at our phone. So it's just nice to get some movement in here. Good, one more exhale round. Then as you inhale, come back to your neutral spine. Knees and hips stay where they are. Begin to walk the hands forward, and as you do, the chest begins to sink down towards the mat. So you may be resting on your chin, your forehead. You may like to place that block underneath your head. It doesn't matter how deep you go, but we are looking for the sensation of the stretch through the underside of the shoulders, the armpits, maybe up into the lats. Just trying to open some space here. Oh yeah. Do a lot of surfing, which is a lot of forward momentum paddling. In yoga, we do a lot of chaturanga dandasanas, crow pose, handstands, a lot of holding. So it's really nice just to open the heart space. In the opposite direction, we tend to do all of the work. Good from here. Hands walk back in. Shoulders place underneath your shoulders. Wrists place underneath your shoulders. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Lower all the way down with a flat spine to the ground. Good. Untucking the toes. Your hands come 10 and 2. Press into tops of feet. Lift the kneecaps off the earth. Squeeze the glutes. Shoulders draw onto the back body. I know that's a lot of instruction. But as you inhale, you begin to rise, finding a height that suits. And as you exhale, you soften down. Oscillating cobra. 4 more times. Think of those actions. Inhale, rise. Keep the shoulders on the back body. Feel the opening through the chest. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, soften. You may like to place the palms flat. It might be more comfy. Inhale, we rise. And exhale, we release. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 final time. Inhale, rise long through the spine. Really squeeze those glutes. Exhale, soften down. Beautiful locust pose. Begin to lift the feet, the legs off the earth, and reach the fingertips all the way for the back of the room. Thumbs facing out. Draw the shoulders onto the back body. Squeeze the glutes. Have a little posterior tilt through the spine, which allows a little more length through the lower back, long through the neck. Shoulders draw a little bit more onto the back body. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Let it go. Find your way back to your downward facing dog. Good. From here, begin to bounce the chest through towards the feet. It's a little warming sensation through the hamstrings, a little more opening through the chest. I always wonder what my dog's thinking when I'm doing this stuff. He's probably looking at me going, "What are you doing? Why do you always do this stuff?" Hey mate, don't ya? Take some deep breaths, guys. Relax through the head and the neck. Then coming to stillness in your downward facing dog. Do not matter if your heels are touching the ground or if your Downward facing dog is in a perfect shape. We are going for that sensation through the backs of the legs, little opening through the heart space, and with an inhale, right leg floats to sky. With an exhale, your right foot slowly steps forward, coming onto the fingertips, keeping that back left knee raised, begin to bounce the hips. Long through the spine, gaze forward, just warming through the legs, opening up through those pesky hip flexors, pesky iliopsoas. Just from all that sitting, all that rounding. Good to open some space, good to get the blood pumping. Good. From here, begin to soften that left knee down, heel toe that right foot all the way over to the right side of the mat. Good. And then draw that back left leg up. So you're in a 90-90 stretch. So the front right leg creates a 90-degree angle, back left leg creates a 90-degree angle. Square your chest over that right leg, take a deep inhale. Then as you exhale, you fold over the right leg. So this is a really good alternative to pigeon pose. If you find that when you are in your pigeon pose, this front right leg needs to be really tight to the body, or your right hip is super high off the mat, this is the better alternative. Allows a little bit more safety for the knee, and if this leg is drawn in, you're really not working into the rotation through the hip, the stretch through the outside of the hip that we are going for. So if that is you, you can be honest with yourself and go, hey, maybe pigeon pose isn't for me. Maybe I have to step back into the 90-90 stretch, get the proper technique, work in the proper actions of the body, finding that external rotation through the hip. Sometimes you have to go backwards to go forwards. Good. From here, plant the palms, step back to your downward facing dog. Let's do some bounces. The chest reaches through. You might feel a little bit more open through the shoulders. You might feel a little bit more open through the legs. Then come to stillness. Inhale, left leg reaches to sky, hips stay square. Then as you exhale, left foot steps forward in between the palms. Find the fingertips, bounce up and down. Connect back to the breath. Come back to the body. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, right knee softens down, heel toe that left foot over to the right side of the mat. Swing that right leg forward. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale, you fold. So if you're not feeling it through the outside of the left hip, really try and square that right hip down. That's the action. You're going to find the external rotation through the left hip. All that is predicated on this front left leg being parallel to the top of the mat. So if you can't feel the stretch there, maybe you need to creep that left leg a little further forward, or square your right hip down and lean over the leg. Beautiful, guys. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, plant the palms, mosey on back. Downward facing dog. As you inhale, right heel sweeps to sky, find three-legged dog. As you exhale, bend the right knee, slowly start to open the right hip towards the right side of the room. Ground down through your left heel. Lift the right knee a little higher, squeeze the heel towards the buttocks. Beautiful. Legs straightens, hips square. Knee to nose, chin to chest, round in, pause. Inhale, right heel floats to sky. Good. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest, round in, pause. One more. Deep inhale, right heel sweeps to sky. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest, pause. Create the height high on the ball of the left foot. Lift the hips a little higher, shoulders stack over wrists. gaze forward, right foot lands in between the hands. Inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. Hips are square. Hips are reaching or facing directly towards the front of the mat. Dropping down into that back left leg. So the leg is straight and strong, but we're dropping into the hips. You're feeling the stretch through your left hip flex at the front of your left hip. Squeezing through the glutes. Just encouraging a little bit of posterior tilt. Good from here. As you inhale, right leg straightens. As you exhale, left heel drops down, bend into your right knee. Warrior 2. Relax the shoulders. Drive through the back left pinky toe. Right knee stacks over right ankle. You can shorten the stance if you need to. Good. As you inhale, right leg straightens. As you exhale, come to Skandasana into your back left knee. Lot into the ankle here. Right toes can point towards the ceiling or the foot can face down. You can be at whatever height suits you. Drive through the left leg, come forward into your warrior 2, front right leg. Good, you may need a block here as you inhale, right leg straightens. As you exhale, lean forward, chest facing towards the left side of the room. Fold down and in Trikonasana. Shoulders draw back and down. Prop yourself on your block or your books if you need to. You're here for 3. Long through the sideways for 2. On 1, you gaze down, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel floats to sky. Bend the knee, open the hip, grounding down through that right heel. Gazing underneath the left armpit. Left leg straightens, hips square, knee to nose, chin to chest. Pause, create the height. Inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest. One more. Inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest. Good. Gaze forward, left foot lands. High lunge, inhale, rise. Exhale to sink. Also, please don't worry if your left foot doesn't step up to the front of the mat seamlessly. If you need to, throw it up there. It's working on those actions, those knee to noses. Create the action of you moving forward with precision. So don't berate yourself in this moment. Just slowly work at it. With an inhale, left leg straightens. With an exhale, right heel spins down, warrior 2. Out stretching through both arms. Maybe you close down through the eyes. Feeling any opening through the hips that may be present. We're just beginning to become aware of what is present for you. Good, left leg straightens. Turn out through the right foot. Sink into your Skandasana. Ooh, your Cossack squat. My right ankle is a lot less mobile than my left. Drive through the right leg. Come back into your warrior 2. Adjust the stance as you need to. Then with an inhale, your left leg straightens. Reach forward with the left fingertips first, tipping at the hips. Keep your chest spinning open. Left fingertips to earth, to shin, maybe block. Relax your right shoulder down the back body. Gaze towards the right hand. Breathing through the nose. For 3. For 2. On 1, gaze down, bend into the left knee. Left foot steps back. Downward facing dog. With an inhale, you ripple forward, high plank. Long and strong through the spine. Either stay here on your high plank or find a push up with me to lower and raise. And slowly lower down for 3. For 2. On 1, landing on the earth, untucking the toes, shoulders draw back. Inhale, cobra pose, Bhujangasana, long through the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog, moving there. In whichever way suits you. Take that same flow one more time, just a little bit quicker. Inhale, right heel floats. Exhale, bend knee, open hip. Inhale, right leg straightens, hip square. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest. Inhale, right heel floats. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest. Get as high as you can. Inhale, right heel floats. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest, gaze forward, right foot lands, high lunge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink. Inhale, right leg straightens, left heel spins down. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, Skandasana into your back, left foot sink into the hips. Good. Inhale, Warrior 2. Exhale, sink. Inhale, right leg straightens. Exhale, lean forward, tip forward, triangle pose for 5. And if you don't keep up with the breath, don't stress, breathe at your own pace. For 2. On 1, gaze down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel lengthens. Exhale, left knee bends, open through the hip. Good. Inhale, left leg straightens, hip square, knee to nose, chin to chest on an exhalation. Inhale, left heel floats. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest. 1 more. Inhale, left heel floats. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest, pause. Gaze forward, left foot lands. Inhale, rise. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, sink. Inhale, left leg straightens, right heel spins down. Exhale, sink in, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, Skandasana into your back, right leg. Good. Inhale, come forward, Warrior 2. Exhale, sink. Inhale, left leg straightens. Exhale, lean forward, tipping forward like a big kettle. Triangle pose. Trikonasana. You are here for 3. For 2. On 1, gaze down, hands land. Silently pick up that left foot, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripples you forward to your high plank. Stay here or move through your push up to lower. And raise. And slowly lower down. Maybe you pause in low plank in 3, 2, 1. Maybe you hover. Untuck the toes. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Soften the knees down. Untuck the toes. Come into Vajrasana. Lightning bolt pose. Some steady breaths. Relax the shoulders. Close down through the eyes. And just begin to notice. Just 2 more breaths. See if you can lengthen them out. See if you can soften the mind or the body. We have 1 more flow to get through. Mindfully begin to come forward. Come to downward facing dog. And as you inhale, the right heel floats to sky 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, or if you want to, slowly start to step that right foot over and behind you. Come onto the outside blade of the left foot. As you do, drive the hips towards the sky, reaching the right arm overhead. Think of a beautiful banana shape you're trying to create through your body. Holding strong through the left palm, the left shoulder for 3. For 2. On 1, maybe you begin to draw the right knee in towards your chest. You step the right foot up to the top of the mat. You find your high lunge. Inhale, rise. Good. From here, hands draw towards your heart center, shoulders onto the back body. Lean forward, coming onto that right leg alone. Virabhadrasana 3. Long and strong through that right leg. Feel that right hamstring engaging, not locking out through the knee. Good. Stand tall, left knee drives in towards your chest. 2 options here. You can hold onto the knee. Maybe you pistol grip the toe to extend through that left leg. From here, we're going to lower all the way down to the earth, and you land on your butt, coming into your high boat pose where your knees are bent, your shins are parallel to the ceiling, your fingertips can be on the ground if you need them to be, or arms out reach. We have 20 raises and lowers, so we lower down. We raise up, 1, lower, 2, 3. What's a session without a bit of core work? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway, do as many as you can do. 12, 13. Get that heart rate up. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Cross shins, downward facing dog. Did that get you interested? Did it, Oka? You saw the core working, Oka. I am in. Left side, let's go. Inhale, left leg floats. As you exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, or maybe you begin to pivot on that right foot. Step the left foot over and behind. Reach up and away. Feel the opening through the left side body. The opening through your heart space. Gaze down. Maybe you step or hover that left leg. Step it all the way to the top of the mat. Anjaneyasana. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lean forward. Left leg alone this time. Shoulders draw back and down. Right hip squares down. Notice the difference between the strength of your hamstrings. My left hamstring is a lot weaker. My left leg wants to lock out. It is a challenge. It is work for me not to do so. It takes that awareness. Inhale, stand tall, right knee drives the chest. Maybe you hold the knee. Maybe you outstretch the leg. The leg can be as bent as it needs to be. It doesn't have to be straight. Holding for 3, for 2. On 1, we lower down, challenge the leg, challenge that ankle mobility. Good, you land, high boat, low boat, let's go. Lower, raise, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Where's the smiles? 12, 13, 14, 15. You got this. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Lower, down, onto your backs. Oh, just 2 breaths. I am sweating. Whoo-wee. Alrighties, crew. From here, we will move into a couple of back bends. So planting through the feet, reach your fingers for your heels. If you can brush them, your feet are roughly in the right position. Take an inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, find bridge pose. Driving the hips towards the ceiling, squeezing the glutes. Feel as though you can draw the heels underneath you, activating through the hamstrings. We're just going to be set here for a moment, allowing our spine to adjust to this open curve. It takes a while for us to get into this extension. And you just have to allow the body some time to change. So there's no rush. From here, you can either stay here in your bridge pose, or if you want to come into your wheel, you flip your fingers to face your shoulders, take an inhale, and as you exhale, you drive through the legs, through the arms. A lot of opening through the shoulders is needed here. If you want to walk the feet in, come up on tippy toes, but maybe a slight rock back and forward. And we are holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Come down to your bridge pose. If you are in bridge pose, stay there. I know this is a lot of work. I'm really trying to move into those deeper places and spaces when the spine is in this shape. Good. If you want to go one more round of wheel pose, flip the fingers. Feel the drive through the legs, the drive through the palms, the shoulders. Maybe you walk those feet in a little more. You're trying to reach the chest through the shoulders. You breathe and find some semblance of chill if possible here. You're here for 3, for 2, on 1. Everyone sink your bums down to the ground. Allow your feet to touch and your hips to go wide. Bringing your spine back to its natural curve. Allowing the breath to be supple. And we have a reclined twist to finish. So just begin to notice where your mind goes in these softer spaces where you don't have the distraction of movement. Right knee draws into the chest, left leg releases long and down. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, twist right leg over and across the body. Maybe you try and keep that left hip grounded, the right knee grounded, and you unravel. And that left shoulder is working for the ground. It doesn't matter if it reaches mine. Doesn't. Just breath is elongating. Beginning to wind down. And you slowly roll back to center. The left knee draws in, the right leg goes long. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, twist right leg over and across the body. Where does your awareness, where do your thoughts go? Where does your mind take you? Just notice the habitual pattern of the mind trying to drag you out of the present moment. And if you want to stay here, just become aware of those thoughts. Rolling back to center. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a deep inhale. Then as you exhale, release your legs long, your heels for the corners of the mat. You turn your palms open towards the ceiling in this beautiful heart-opening gesture. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Pause at the top of the breath. And exhale a sigh whenever you feel cold. Soften into this space. My beautiful friends, always remember, today is going to be a good day. Peace.